I think we go Liliana and just force him to sacrifice more creatures. Like, it's so good. Oh my god, this deck just rocks. Like, honestly, it's so much pressure. And I think a Rite of Oblivion is still better. Yeah, this is the best. Also, we get additional cards, so every bad draw doesn't hurt us and destroys him completely. And we actually got it because we don't need more swamps right now. Man, we are really destroying this guy. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today I know you will say we did mono black, but there's a good reason to make this video. This is actually the best performing mono black right now in standard, and it's basically a top deck right now. So I feel compelled to give my viewers the best of the best, because you guys are the best, so you match this deck. And this is actually the most efficient deck right now. And I think there's a reason for it. It's extremely strong. Like, the games, even when they are close, you always feel like you are dominating your opponent. You have such a good answers. And Liliana of the Veil, like in this deck, she completely destroys opponents. We have some card draw. We have things like Trespasser that pressure our opponent hand even more. Generally, this card is better the less cards our opponent has. If he has 7 cards, discard 1 doesn't hurt. If he has last 2 cards, ever discards like destroys his game plan. And that's what we go for. So, with that being said, let's go through the new cards, just in case you didn't see them. So, Liliana of the Veil, 3 mana Planewalker, insanely good in this deck. It has 3 loyalty, and +1 means each player discards a card. It's symmetrical, so you need other things to make it good. But on the bright side, you decide when you discard the card. If your hand is like consists of all the great cards, you just don't use it, and that's fine. And if you have any dead draw, you trade it for good draw from your opponent, because they never want to discard. -2 target player sacrifices a creature. Very good ability. The big thing, if you +1 once Liliana, you can basically remove 2 creatures with this card. And we have 4 Planewalkers, so very often we don't care that she dies, as long as she trades for 1 creature, because you can instantly replay another Liliana and make another -2. And removing 2 creatures in 1 turn is usually enough tempo to win you the game. We have Soul Transfer is not new. Sheoldred, the Apocalypse, very hot card, very cool in this deck. One thing you need to remember, sorry, that's previous video, that probably is online already. Sheoldred, the Apocalypse, 4 mana, 4/5 with Death Touch. Whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. Whenever opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. Seems pretty good, it seems to favor you in the effect. One thing you need to learn the hard way, as I did. This does not draw cards. You may reveal that card and put it in your hand. That's not a draw effect. Don't think it helps with the life gain. So you don't get any benefit. That's not a combo. I actually thought it is. But it is combo with Bankbuster. It is a combo with Underdog. And it is combo with our opponent drawing a lot of cards, and it is combo with Invoke Despair, because you usually draw between 2 and 3 cards with this card. It means it gains like 6 life usually, and that's pretty insane. Removing 3 cards from opponent while still... okay, maybe if you remove, you don't get the life, but you know, you draw 3 cards, you gain 6 life, and that's usually enough to like completely stabilize the game. So those were new cards mashed with the old ones, because I'm a dummy. And of course, Cut Down, I think you know this one. But one important thing that you might not notice, this is the perfect Raffine answer. This is the most perfect removal for Raffine that was ever printed in Standard, and in Historic as well, in fact. Like, this is really, really good. This exactly answers Raffine, and it also answers Raffine that is played on the play. So while you have only 2 mana and your opponent has 3 mana, you can answer Raffine on the end step, something we weren't able to do so far at all. And that's insane, because Infernal Grasp, yes, it can answer Raffine, but not on curve when you are on the draw. And Cut Down completely changes the dynamic, and watch the games, because you will see how this single card completely changes the matchup. Raffin, thanks to this card, is not a great card anymore. Like, of course, it's a great card, but you know, it's so much worse than it was before. Because of the cut down, everyone plays it for a reason. That's big card for the deck. So, we also have Castle Dracula, Voldaren Estate. That's some kind of twist I've done. I didn't super like it, but I think 2 colorless mana does not hurt at all in this deck, and I don't see too much sense in Field of Ruins, except like destroying Triumphs, I guess, so you can switch it to second Field of Ruin if you like. It's stylistical. So, what the deck is about, what exactly makes it so special. First of all, we have insanely good removal because it's mono black deck, so of course black has great removals. 4 cutdowns, we talked about them, 3 Infernal Grasp, we gain life from different sources, and 2 mana destroy Sheoldred. That's basically what it is lately, or just get rid of all the sleeper agents or whatever it's called, the new 1-drop from the Dominaria United that, you know, evolves with mana. That's really important. We have Meathook Massacres because that's usually the winning card in a lot of matchups, and we deal quite a lot of direct damage between Trespasser, Sheoldred, Invoke Despair. Also, Underdog is kind of direct damage. It's not perfectly direct, but it's a lot. And with Meathook Massacre we can deal even more. So like we have a lot of effects that deal with our opponents in different ways. We can go for control with Bankbuster, Sorin, Liliana, and Invoke Despair. Like we aren't scared about the long game. However, we can be extremely aggressive if we go like answer our opponent 2-drop into Underdog, into Trespasser, into Sheoldred. Man, into Invoke Despair even. Like, this is insane pressure. So in our perfect draw that I have never got so far, this is really strong. The deck itself, of course, is like above, I think, 62% win rate on average. That's insane. I think this is the level of Boros previously. And it's fun, I think. I usually don't like meta decks. I usually always rant about them. And if you watch my channel, you know about it. But to be honest, if Mono Black is the new tier 1 best deck in the format, I kinda don't mind it. I'm happy for the Mono Black. Like, I think Mono Black deserves it. It's extremely fun deck. I enjoy even playing against Mono Black for some reason. Maybe it will change in next month. But so far, I'm loving the meta. If that's the top tier deck, I'm all for it. I'm happy to play against it. And it is very like versatile. You can go aggressive, you can go control. It's not kind of your typical aggro smork, and the game ends in 2 turns. That's not the case with this deck. It's a bit of skillful play, you know, which I can respect. And of course we have 1 soul transfer for this deck because we have our artifact, and Meathook Massacre will stay on the field sooner or later. So we can activate both modes. If not, we can just exile something or bring the Planewalker from the graveyard to the play. We have double Takenuma because we have quite a lot of Planewalkers and good creatures. We of course play Junji. Junji has good effects. It can bring back Sheoldred or Graveyard Trespasser most of the time, or just discard rest card from opponent's hand. And together with Liliana, they usually are at 0 cards in the hand, which is sweet for our game plan. One of the problems with the deck, this doesn't beat Shuffler. So if Shuffler really hates you, you might lose some games. Like, honestly, it feels that the only way this deck really loses consistently is if you get mana screwed. Unless, other than this, if you have like a decent draw, you are always in the game and you are always doing a lot of things. I think the fact that you have mono black mana and Invoke Despair, it means that this is always a 5 mana play, and that's really insane. It really helps with the whole game plan, and if you can chain those, one Invoke Despair into the second one, you are usually winning both on the board and on the card advantage. So really sweet deck. I really encourage you to try it, and it's not so many cards, right? So you need double Sheoldred for Liliana, and cut down is a given. So it's actually not super like wildcard intensive, while it's really strong and really fun. So with that being said, if you like the channel, if you like the work that we are cramming multiple videos every day so you can check out those new sweet cards, if you want to be on the news, on what's hot in the meta right now, definitely do subscribe to the channel. It helps, and I always forget to beg for some likes. So please like if you like the deck, if you like the channel. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm, and I'm really glad with the response lately, man. It feels so great to have this moment of Dominaria united together, that we comment, we try to discover new things. I love the comment, I like comments, I like the suggestions. You guys have really good ideas for a lot of decks. It's just hard to pressure them like in videos, because I feel obligated to like cover the most meta decks right now, or like the most interesting ones at least, that showcase new cards and new decks. And then we go into junk territory of different weird builds that are fun, because like we have so many options in the standards. So I'm really excited, but it will take some time to cover everything. Stay with me, I'm trying. So thank you for all the support, for all the comments. That really means a lot to me, and I love that you guys enjoy those videos. That was the big reward for me for all this work. Like, I'm basically recording all my free time every day. So whatever stays is just me checking the comments. So thank you, glad you enjoy it, and let's go into the videos, because they are really fun and dominating pretty much. Okay, we are going second with a really bad hand. This is really bad. I'm thinking right now whether it's so bad that we mulligan this one. I think our opponent mulliganed. So, like, if your opponent mulligans, cards that go 1 for 1 are much better. And I think for this reason I kept it. Because, like, we eliminate first 2 cards of his hand, and with mulligan he shouldn't have too many good threats. And then we might go into 4 mana and, you know, play something actually. Okay, never mind. You first allow this. I made a mistake of showing him that I have something. It might affect his decision. But we definitely get rid of the visitor while it's small. I'm so small. Okay, I'm not sure how we play against this. He might miss white mana. I don't think we'll draw a 3-drop. Okay, so no, not punished. And I want to keep Infernal Grasp. Whatever happens, let's make sure that it happens later. And I think we target the target of whatever he does. That's a hard choice. That's honestly a really hard choice. This gets discounts, but he doesn't have a lot of cards. But the next turn might be crazy. This doesn't really do anything. It's just a huge break. I think this is the correct call. I'm not sure about it. Maybe this one was more scary. Instantly punished. But maybe we can get rid of stuff with Invoke Despair. This definitely deals a lot of damage to enchantment decks. They might have removal. Okay. We won't be able to block Kami unless we sacrifice the Sheoldred. But the card draw is definitely hurting him. And we can start healing, so I'm fine with it. I'm actually fine with this. That's a decent draw. Okay, how do we do this? Our opponent needs to sacrifice 2 of them. There's no way around it. That's super good. I think the other play would be to go for Sorin, but this has trample, that's not great. So he has 2 enchantment creatures. It means that even if he removes 1 as a creature, because first you sacrifice a creature, then the second one still needs to be enchantment, so it always goes 2 for 1. He will sacrifice those 2 probably, and this is something that survives. And we don't have great answer on this one. I kinda think that this is Sorin time. Let's draw a card. Okay, like we will get some HP. Huh? Whenever you draw a card, you may reveal and put it in your hand. Oh no, the wording got me. Okay, that's definitely good to know. That's definitely good to know. And I made a mistake. I should have cut down Naturalist right now. Unfortunately, okay, so let's give him an attack. I actually didn't get punished. I actually got praised for this one, so I'm happy with this. Okay, he doesn't seem to want to do anything more. Now we kill Naturalis, because then he cannot respond with any slow effect. He will get Kami back at the end step, which is unfortunate because we have Trespasser. But you know what? It's better. It's still better. Oh boy, I didn't know about this story. That's a big deal. Let's draw. Please land. Thank you. I actually really wanted land, because then we can start playing like this. I will actually use the -2, because I think the fact that we get rid of anything that can attack is super important. Like, he is behind. And I think this is how we win the game. Let's make sure that the creatures will start getting out of the graveyard. Of course, the prime target is Kami, so we need to kill it with Invoke Despair preferably, and just attack with the Trespasser. Okay, that will be a lot of cards, my friend. You are left with nothing after this turn. So I kinda love it. Like, that's why we played Liliana. I really wanted to pressure his like card advantage. And with double Planewalker, we don't care. Okay, now the question. The question has been answered. It's, of course, the best play possible. Man, we get back the Trespasser, I just realized it. And we also get Man, this deck just rocks! It's... Oh my god, it's so strong, it's not even funny. Okay, a bit of a rough start, to be honest. We are on the draw and we don't have enough mana. But if we are on the draw, there's a high chance we should draw the third round, and then we are more or less fine, I think. And we have 1-drop as cut down. Actually didn't play against this card so far. Do we care? It comes back when? When only if a non-skeleton creature died under your control this turn. Okay. Huh. I think we do it later. Like, we will see his next drop. And he probably knows exactly what we have, because like cut down is so stable right now, so if whoever waits at 1 mana, it means he has cut down. So let's go for Tenacious Underdog. We might have got... Oh, that's a nice run. Like, it's not great. Like, it's a... Well, let's be honest, it's budget version of Painland. Unless he plays all of the new lands, so he really goes like full Orzhov. No, that's interesting. I didn't expect this one. Okay, so it has to be some kind of slower deck, I guess, in the end. I generally really want to have Planewalker in the field.
This fight finished before brunch.
And let's make sure that the board is empty. He is tapped out completely. I would love to get Trespasser on the board, but I think Liliana is more important. Like, he plays colors without the haste. It means that Liliana at 1 loyalty is the same as Liliana with 100 loyalty, basically. And I want to get into the point when I can start getting rid of his, you know, how do you say it? His cards in the hand. Because I think we can really get card advantage, or at least like he is forced to use something on Liliana. That's completely fine. If he doesn't bring it back, we just exile it with Trespasser, which is super sweet. Let's just make sure there are no instants first. Okay, nice. Like, this is so good. Let's go for Conscript. This seems to be base for his deck, and it also heals us. And Liliana will start hurting very quickly. If he wants to kill Trespasser with Rite of Oblivion, he needs to discard so many cards. He needs to sacrifice this. I guess this is a good one. Okay, this is super important. Like, this is actually extremely important thing. Right now he has a creature. He can use it for Rite of Oblivion. I guess he has more mana, but I still think we need to get rid of it right now. Because it's sorcery speed, so he cannot use it in response. I know this one costs 4, but he might have another one in the hand, and then we just destroyed his play. Because right now he couldn't answer because of the sorcery speed. So, basically, what do we do? I think we go Liliana and just force him to sacrifice more creatures. Like, it's so good! Oh my god, this deck just rocks, like, honestly. It's so much pressure, and I think a Rite of Oblivion is still better. Like, their full deck is built around this. Okay, so look, you can see how behind our opponent is, and Liliana of the Veil is actually so strong. I think we draw the card, we discard this new card to Liliana, and next turn we sacrifice into sacrifice. Okay, that's definitely one of the best answers. However, we can just, you know, directly kill you, bro. And this felt so dominating, it's not even funny. Alright, we are going first, and I love to see Sheoldred. Man, it's becoming my favorite card lately. We start with Swamp. What a surprise. So, do we go Underdog or Bankbuster? We probably should go Underdog, just to pressure our opponent a bit more. So, let's do it. I guess the other way would be to play Bankbuster, and then play Underdog, so we can crew and hit for one more. But yeah, I think it's good enough. Is there a land? Oh, it's tapped land, so he won't be able to activate the 2/2. That's super great. So this is the Bankbuster turn for sure. I think we can go with Takenuma, maybe as a resurrection spell basically. Okay, that's pretty scary. I wonder which one we need to kill more. Like, Harvester is annoying. The other one is annoying as well. How do we play this one out? This is super greedy, but I kinda like it. I kinda like to have so much pressure on the board just randomly, and we can always screw the Bankbuster in response to Sheoldred getting killed. And I hope he doesn't have perfect hand with double Infernal Grasp. Do you have the perfect hand with double Infernal Grasp? I hope you don't. So, we dealt 4 damage basically, so not perfect. Definitely we would like Sheoldred to, like, live, but we at least prevent this damage. Oh, nice, that's the Death Touch. Do we trade? Like, we have Tenacious Underdog, maybe it's not the worst. Then we can remove the Harvester when we want. Oh boy, that's a good question right now. I think we should. It's not the value play, but this is something that generally puts us equal with the opponent, and I think our answers are a bit better. And I seem to be right now, looking from this top deck. Definitely a top deck, that's insanely good. So it basically put us ahead, and the board is clear. The only problem is that opponent has the initiative, but we will change it very quickly. Yeah, well, this seems good. Oh, Liliana, you're a pretty good answer. And suddenly, our opponent, like, he invested so much mana for pretty much nothing. You'll love to see it. I should probably stop playing lands right now. I think 5 is good enough. We can always make the blood token. Oh, okay. Okay, fair. Now we both suffer. At this underdog territory, definitely. Man, let's play some lands. There is a chance we don't draw anything, and then we might go Takenuma, just for Liliana. I would love to draw it during this turn when he was tapped out with no answers. Oh man. Sorin is a bit late, but hopefully we can answer whatever he plays. Man, stop! He's over despairing us. Oh my god, like, whoever gets more dispense will definitely, like, on the long run, just win the game, probably. However, this is insanely good. I'm not sure how to play Sorin. Do we go for the minus or the plus? Sheoldred was exiled? Oh, it was ours. Okay, never mind. Let's get for the highest value creature. This is actually really important. We are both in very low HP territory. And you know what? I actually think we should make a vampire. So but he has Meathook Massacre, right? I'm pretty sure he does. But still, let's force to play it. It will be his full turn, basically. And we can always, if he Meathooks, he cannot kill Sorin most likely. There's not many cards that can do it. I guess he can go another Invoke Despair, but then the token is also really good. Stop, don't touch it. Are you freaking serious? That's really good, but this also suggests he doesn't have Meathook, otherwise he wouldn't care. So that's good for us. He will lose 1 life if he does it. And we will remove it. So I actually am happy with how it's going so far. Okay, the second one is a bigger issue. We don't have answer for the second one. Okay, that's a good one as well. I guess we need all the mana in the end. We definitely start with this one. We have what? 6 mana. It means, man, I should have played, I guess, lands. I got a little bit punished. Do I go with the underdog? We deal a lot of damage. Like, we actually deal a lot of damage then. I think another Trespasser is better. If he didn't have Meathook Massacre last turn, it means he doesn't have it still. And we can start healing a little bit. Let's get rid of, well, maybe a Vault Sweeper. Sweeper, man, I will never learn until this format is done. He's actually taking the damage. That's okay, that's really brave. Not gonna lie, that's brave. Do we make the token? I think let's draw a land from the top of library. Oh wow, that's definitely not something we will take. Okay, okay, that's interesting. Let's go with another Trespasser. It heals, it deals damage, it's annoying to deal with. Everything we like about the card. And it keeps us alive with blocks. So this will hurt a bit, but our opponent is at 3 HP, so if he wants to spend mana into losing life, it means that he has a really bad hand and he's losing unless he does it. Is that the Meathook Massacre? He can Meathook after this attack. I think this is better, right? We keep Sorin in case we lose some value, but that's fine because we have underdog. And Sorin is like our emergency in case he draws Meathook indeed. And he doesn't have a blocker, so he needs another creature just not to die. So I'm not sure about this play unless he has a really good hand. But we can just attack with Tenacious Underdog, bro. You're dead on board. Like, are you sure what you are doing? It might be cut down, I guess. It might be cut down. So let's see if he drew exactly the cards he needed. Let's see. He will be at 1 anyway. And he didn't have it. I think this attack was really messed up. And what more, we could actually not defend Sorin. I only did it in case he drew a top deck. Okay, we are continuing with not being on the play. I think we are nearing like 8% being on the play so far. I don't know how to think about it even at this point. I would mulligan, but I'm pretty sure the next hand will be even worse. And now at least we have lands and we have 3 drops. So, okay, that's a good draw. That's actually something we missed. So I'm really happy with this draw. And is this Jaya? I think it's Jaya. I don't play red, okay? I don't play red, I don't need to know. I really like the card. I don't remember exactly how it works, but it brings something from the graveyard, right? Man, this card is bonkers. And isn't it like completely busted? If it was kicked, return target creature card from graveyard to the hand. Okay, that's fine. I thought it goes into battlefield and I thought, what? It's just so freaking good. Okay, to the hand is not busted, but it's still a very cool card. And I like the art. Like, man, I like the Phyrexian thingies. Oh, look, that's a Raffine. Oh, you like the new meta Raffine? How do you feel about it? Tell me. I'm pretty sure that they designed Cut Down exactly to hit Raffine. Like, it's not a coincidence that the 5 is the limit. I'm pretty sure this was exactly the reason why they did this card. And now we have Planewalker in the field and our opponent just wasted all his plays. Man, Cut Down versus Rafin is the most unimbalanced matchup of all times. Like, this was such a perfect play on his position, and our answer was so perfect that it over-perfected him. Oh, now it feels bad, doesn't it? More Rafins? Sure, now we don't care. Now we actually do not care. The only problem is that I would love to play Sorin right now, but you know, you do what you have to do. Like, Rafin has to go. Like, this is really strong card. Let's be honest, Rafin is incredibly strong card. This actually hurts me. Like, it really does. What are the chances that we will never draw the next land? They are very small, right? Okay, Infernal Grasp, I'll take it. It will come handy at some point. I want to pressure our opponent hand. Okay. So he went for a little bit of value. Smart play, smart play. Okay. Okay, we have real options right now. I'm really tempted to just minus Liliana and then plus the next one. And then he's left with only Rafin. The problem is we don't have good cards to discard. All of our cards are freaking amazing. And I want this land as well. If we go Invoke Despair, like, he cannot cast Rafin because we just Liliana, right? He's tapped out. Yeah, this is the best. Also, we get additional cards, so every bad draw doesn't hurt us and destroys him completely. And we actually got it because we don't need more swamps right now. Man, we are really destroying this guy. And that was a counter spell. That's really useful, especially if you play a 3-drop into something. He knows there's no point in keeping cards in the hand. And that's all. We could -2, but it's just so much more painful for our opponent. Oh, do you feel the pain? Man, the moment we won the game was the cut down on Rafin, because even if the opponent is on the play, we can still answer it on curve. That's insane. Man, we never go first. We actually never go first with this deck. Okay, so what is this? Like, this is super, so I think we need to mulligan. I will freaking keep it. It feels like lost game already, based on the shuffler. So it's possible the only game we will lose is due to shuffler being a shuffler. Cut down. Maybe we can... Oh boy, that's really bad. Like, look at this, and most of our cards go card for card. It's really not great. Maybe I see some chance in going for Meathook Massacre that trades for multiple cards, so we can, you know, equalize what's going on, but I don't think we have options. Like, it will be way too slow. We aren't even guaranteed to hit 4 lands in next 4 turns. Tenacious Underdog is something. Like, it's not a bad draw. If we ever get to 4 mana, we might start getting some extra value, hopefully. Alright, cut down. Like, yeah, I guess. Man, it feels so bad already, but we are trying. We are definitely trying to fight against Shuffler. There's also our opponent, but basically he's a side effect of fighting the Shuffler. I need some jiggling to calm my nerves. Okay, it feels a bit better. Yeah, I'm happy again. Man, this is so annoying. If we did this, we could Infernal Grasp Sheoldred without losing HP. And you need a really good reflex in current meta. If you see Sheoldred played, you need to instantly click it before our opponent just stops the turn. Man, it is annoying, because you cannot really play around it, unless you always play upkeep stop, which is annoying for every player ever. So of course we don't do it, but you need to have like insane reflex, and that's how you play the game in the standard. Yeah, see? Not fast enough? Not fast enough? Man, when you see 4 mana and black deck, you'd probably just do it right away, I guess. Oh boy, that's really bad. I don't think, Mr. Stark, I don't think we are winning this one. Like, we got wrecked by Shuffler, then we got wrecked by Priority. Like, it's just extra 2 life that we lost, but we lost 2 life for no reason. Yeah. 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 That's how it is. And okay, for now there's no reason to stop, because we cannot draw anything possibly that changes how we play. Yeah, like we lost at the Shuffler stage, I think. But you know what? If the deck loses only when you get insanely mana screwed and mulligan to 5, and even then the game is still on, like I think the deck definitely proves itself. You will lose some of the games this way. Like we also get mana screwed in the end. That was good game still, my friend. You cannot fight the Shuffler. You can win against opponent, but not against Shuffler.